What's up, friends? We're coming to you from Skiatook Lake, and we are going to be doing a father-daughter camping trip. So we'll probably have several videos out of this one. We're out on an island, and we had the boat out here. We just got the boat unloaded, and Tyler had to take a breather because he's too tired after unloading the boat. So
say you weren't.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't tired at all. So we're gonna do some fishing, we're gonna do some camping, and we're gonna have a blast. We'll be out here for several days, so we may get to film a couple videos, and I might do some, if we catch some fish, I might do a fishing catch and cook situation. However, I'm just now remembering that I'm about 90% certain I did not bring the flour. So I've got other means of cooking fish, hopefully. Okay, well, on that note, we're gonna get camp set up. Okay, so we were setting up camp and we just about finished, and the water just went nuts, and something is like in a feeding frenzy, and they're decent sized fish. It wasn't like tiny bait fish or anything hitting the water. So I'm gonna throw something in there and see if there's any fish to be caught right now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on, buddy. Come on home. Woo-hoo-wee. Gotcha. Well, it's a white bass.
A white bass?
Yep. All right, we've decided not to keep him. He's a little small. You can legally keep him. I don't think we've got a minimum size limit on these striped bass, but that is what was in a feeding frenzy out there. I thought I saw them. All right, go home, little buddy. We live to fight another day. All right, this is a real cool spot. Okay, so our camp is set up, and we're gonna chillax for a little bit. We just got, distracted for just like a minute because there were fish jumping out of the water, and like dozens of them were jumping out of water, and we caught that bass, that little white bass. Striped bass? It's a white bass of some kind. Anyhow, this is our kitchen. Ow, stubbed my toe. This is our little kitchen there. That's the refrigerator. There's the stove. And I've just realized that I forgot butter, so we have nothing to cook the potatoes with, so we're gonna have to get creative with the sausage, and we're going to save all of the grease and cook with sausage grease. So we'll see how that works out. I'm gonna sit down, relax, and then make some dinner, and we're gonna go out and do some evening fishing. Okay, they're all swimming, and I'm left here cooking. I don't know how exactly this happened, but somewhere along the lines, whenever Tyler and I go out camping, I somehow became designated the camp chef. And that also usually includes me planning the menu. And I kind of messed up. It's been a while, so normally hunting season is when we're primarily out camping. And we're in the middle of summer now. So what had happened was I completely forgot to bring butter. And one of our staple meals, or one of the staples to some of our meals, is some fried potatoes of some kind. And we have no butter for which to cook them in. So for tonight, for dinner, we're having breakfast. And I'm cooking sausage because that's the only form of grease or non-stick of any kind that we've got. So I'm cooking the sausage so that I can salvage the grease, so that way maybe we have enough grease to cook some potatoes in later on throughout the week. Absolute worst case scenario, we might have to run the boat back across to the truck, so that way we can take the truck into town and get some butter. But I'm about to try and strain this grease into a can that we've cut, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I made an executive decision, and that's primarily because I looked at the amount of grease that we had, and we did not have nearly enough for the 1 pound of the 2 pounds that we have to sustain us. So we're gonna eat some dinner, and then we're gonna run into town, grab some butter. But while I've got your attention, check this out. This is a fun little tip for taking eggs with you while camping. So you crack the eggs, you put them in like a water bottle or something like this, and then you don't have to worry about dealing with then you also can like shake it up. So if you like wanting to do scrambled eggs, it works out real good. But it makes it a whole lot easier. You don't have to worry about keeping and storing eggs while camping, because you can't keep them, you know, in cardboard cartons. That won't work so well in an ice chest. So you just take a bunch of eggs, put them into a water bottle or a plastic bottle of some kind, and then you've got yourself some ready to go liquid eggs. Now I know you can buy liquid eggs at the store, but most people probably already have eggs handy, and those liquid eggs, they tend to cost a little bit more than just your standard run-of-the-mill eggs. So for dinner tonight, because the only thing that we have that we could really cook with any amount of nonstick is some sausage and some eggs. So that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have some sausage and some eggs for dinner. We're gonna hop in the boat. We're going to make a quick run into town, grab some butter, so that way we'll be, you know, full-fledged, ready to camp again. So this all falls on me. I feel bad because I should have planned for this, but it's like I said, it's been since hunting season, since I've been in camping mode, and I normally have all my ducks in a row, but in this particular case, my ducks were not in a row. They were scattered abroad. So we're gonna do ourselves some nice sausage and eggs. Oh, we can't just have it plain. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic salt. Garlic salt is probably one of my favorite seasonings because it works so good with so many things. It's a very good seasoning to just kind of have as an all-around seasoning. So it always stays in my camp gear. So I always have garlic salt because it works good on steak, it works good on chicken, and you know, all poultry and all that stuff. That's just a little tip, couple little tips. Keep your eggs in water bottles or something along those lines. And also carry some seasonings with you. You don't want plain stuff. Seasonings don't really take up a lot of space. So of all the stuff that I have brought along with us, seasonings really honestly take up the least amount of space. But you obviously can't bring your whole spice rack with you. So the smart move to make would be to, bring some really good all-purpose seasonings. Garlic salt's one of them. So garlic salt, pepper's a good one to bring, and then perhaps some good barbecue rubs of some kind, and bring them along. So isn't this beautiful? This is a beautiful spot. I like this spot. This is kind of our view from camp. We got this nice little lake right in front of us. We have constant white bass just schooling that are just going on a feeding frenzy, all in the standing timber. You guys saw earlier, I caught one. I think I was second cast in, had no problem catching one. Oh, there goes one, just jumped out there. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. So we're gonna eat some dinner, and we're gonna go into town and grab some butter so we can continue this nice isolated hang out on an island camping trip, father-daughter camping trip. So, oh, here comes my princess. So it's day 2 of our father-daughter camping trip. First morning, and I get to wake up to this view in the morning. It's nice and beautiful. Sounds like the girls just woke up. They know I'm down here, so if they want to, they can come join me. But I'm gonna do some fishing. It's a nice quiet morning. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be fishing right now, so I'm gonna put a pole in the water. I'm being joined by 2 fishing buddies. Starting to hear the fish splash about, so I guess it's about time that they bite. Oh, by the way, a quick update on our lack of butter situation. My wife was kind enough to drive up here and meet us over at the boat ramp, so we didn't have to go to the store, and bring us some butter as well as a bag of flour in case we want to do a little fish fry after catching some fish. It certainly makes it a whole lot easier to bread and fry fish if we have the bread portion of it. What was that? Oh, thought I heard a big loud splash and thought that they had a fish over there, but it was just a stick.
But Dad doesn't have boots.
I don't have boots. We're gonna go on the boat. Let Tyler sleep. So I found out, he woke up for a moment, and the reason why he's sleeping so late is because Marjorie kept him up till like 2 in the morning. So I slept through it. But this is his daughter's first time camping. And so she had a tough time sleeping with all the noise of the bugs and stuff making all kinds of noise and whatnot. So apparently though, with like limited sleep, she has no problem getting up and getting going. Both these little girls were up at like 6 o'clock in the morning whenever I got up. All right, we're gonna go find a spot to fish. And we're off. Ooh, this water is beautiful. So clear.
Oh, I see a tree.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 2 trees.
All right, I'm already seeing fish jumping way out there. Well, not way out there, but just off the bow of the boat a little bit. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Here's the thing about fishing clear waters, and again, I'm not like an expert, but something I've learned between, you know, reading on the internet and also my own personal experience is that when you're fishing in very clear waters, it seems like the fish are less likely to bite on something unless it's pretty realistic looking, like a crankbait, like these like spinning baits and jigs and stuff like that. They don't seem as keen on it, and I think it's because they can see it better and it doesn't fool them as well, I guess. Another thing too is, especially when you're fishing from a boat, is you don't want to get right up on the spot that you're trying to fish. You want to give yourself a little bit of distance so they don't really see you coming, because this water is very clear. I mean, it's gorgeous water and it's great for swimming, but you know, my expertise, if I have any in fishing, is really murkier waters, dirtier waters, because that's what I've fished most of my life. I haven't really spent a ton of time fishing these crystal clear, clean waters like this. So that's just my 2 cents. And this little crankbait I got not all that long ago actually, and I caught that striped bass, or I think it was just a white bass is what it was, yesterday. And this little thing is Ozark Trail. Oh, we got another one. As I was just talking about this lure. Hey, look. Oh, watch out. Watch out. Careful. He came off the hook. Now be careful. He's got spikes on him. I said be careful, silly.
He didn't get me.
Look out. Look out. I gotta get him. I gotta get him. He's going back in the water. Come on, guy. Whoa. Come on, little guy. Stop being so feisty.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right. This little aggressive guy. Oh.
Ooh, you dropped him.
Yeah, he's slippery.
Yeah.
Grab him by the mouth. There we go.
Oh, he got wet.
Yeah, he got cut on his lip a little bit. All right, you've already touched him. All right, this little guy, he gets to fight another day. There you go.
Marjorie didn't touch him.
Oh, that's all right. We'll catch another one and you can touch him.
I didn't want to.
You have to touch a fish.
Some people eat fish.
Yeah, I eat fish. Fish tastes good.
Yeah. I gotta go
Okay.
back.
As I was saying, this little Ozark Trail crankbait clearly works. We can catch, at the very least, these little white bass on it, but this thing was only $2 in comparison to most crankbaits that are like, you know, 5 or 6 on average. So it's like super cheap. It's like $1.90 something. And it works pretty good. It dives like 3 to 5 feet in the water. So that's what I'm using, because it seems like the fish are just a little bit under the surface. And you can always fish a little bit shallower with these if you crank a little bit slower. So it's the opposite of spinning baits. The a spinning bait, if you want to fish it shallower, you crank it faster. But these, the way that they work is they have this little bill on them, and this bill, this little lip on the front, when you pull it, it drags it down further into the water. And so the faster you reel it, the deeper it's going to go. The slower you reel it, because these things kind of float, the shallower it'll be. Yes, Marjorie?
Can I have a black one? Because I want to reach very far.
Well, that black one is a bait caster, and it's very hard to cast. Like so, and it's too tall for you. So you'll have to use that smaller one.
But on my daddy fish was that.
He's sleeping right now because you kept him awake until 2 a.m.
Maybe he woke up.
He'll wake up in a little bit and then he'll come fishing with us.
You can reach very far.
Yeah. Looks like, oh, there we go.
Dad, that's another fish?
Oh, I think he might have come off. I think he came off. Oh, man.
I just saw a fish.
Look at, they're in a little feeding frenzy out here. Let's get back in there. Okay.
Did you
There
see
it
that fish jump out?
All over the top of the water. So this lake is known for its smallmouth bass, or so I've been told.
And
But
this
apparently
river
white
is
bass.
dirty. They need to wash all this dirty water out and clean it.
They don't need to clean it. This is really clear water.
Yeah.
Apparently,
But
white
you can't
bass.
see your face. You can't see your face. You got it wet on the head. Yes, you can.
Apparently around this island, the white bass fishing is really good.
I can't see mine.
So there's our campsite in the distance. I mean, we're just offshore of our campsite, and these fish are just hopping around all over the place out here. So I think we inadvertently picked a real good spot for camping and fishing, because in the evening they're out there just hopping around, and apparently in the morning, around 7:30 in the morning, the fish wake up and start going to town on these little bait fish out here. And it's like these white bass are like schooling or something over. Oh, I got a fish.
You got a fish.
Stay on there, little guy. Stop hopping out of the water. Ooh, this is not a white bass.
Oh, that's a big bass. Can we keep it?
I don't think so. I think he's too small.
It's almost out.
There we go.
I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him.
Do you want to touch him? Okay. This is a smallmouth bass. All right, little buddy. Time to go back to the deep. Woo! He took off fast.
If we catch another fish,
That's all right. I'll put it up.
I just want to hold it.
It's okay. I'll put it up. So that little guy was definitely a smallmouth bass. More that I think about it. It's always mildly tricky to tell the difference between smallmouth and spotted bass, just because they both have smaller mouths than largemouths. But I'm pretty positive that was a smallmouth bass. So we couldn't have kept him anyways. And he was, you know, way too small to worry about filleting.
We catched a shark.
I don't think we'll catch a shark in the lake.
There's no sharks, only in the ocean. Yeah.
So it seems almost a little silly to be fishing like on the boat when we're like right by the shore over here. But the way that this shore is kind of set up, there's like a steep drop off. I don't know, about like 10 yards out. And you can cast out far enough to catch a fish. I mean, I did earlier, but it seems like they're just a hair out of reach. And realistically, I've got this deeper diving crankbait, 3 to 5 feet, not like super deep, but when I get up, when I retrieve it up in close to the shore, I keep hitting on rocks and stuff. And I mean, I could fish it slower once I get closer to the shore, but it's just a little bit easier to get into the area that we want to from the boat. Like I said, it seems kind of silly because we're like, there's the shore, there's our campsite, and here we are about 20 yards off of the shore, but it's that 20 yards that just gets us right into the money spot, it seems like. I mean, we've already landed 2 fish, and I've hooked 2 more that I didn't get on the boat that got free before I got them in. So this is just a good spot. I really like this spot. And it's a nice day, overcast, so it's not too sunny. There we go. Stay on there, buddy. Stay on there. Oh, no jumping out of the water. Stay down. There we go. There we go. And we're in. Woohoo! Look at that. Another smallmouth.
You got my hair wet. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. Can we keep him?
No, he's too small. He has to be
Maybe
at least...
that's the same one. Whoa, look at his back.
Yeah, he has got a dorsal fin. He has to be at least 14 inches to keep because he's a smallmouth bass. Do you want to touch him?
No.
Just one touch? He's not that bad. I'll hold on to him real tight so he doesn't get you or anything. You sure you don't want to touch him? Riley will give him a kiss. All right, let's let him go now.
Bye, fish. Bye, fish.
All right, little guy. Go get bigger.
Go get bigger.
All right, 3 fish landed in the morning, and we have barely been fishing 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I want to fish some more.
Well, then you can fish some more. There's no rule against fishing some more. Your dad's missing all the good fishing. We've already caught 3 fish, and he's still sleeping in his hammock. Oh, I think I just got snagged on a tree. It felt like a fish for a second, but I'm glad I didn't set the hook in that tree.
Can that swim? Can that hook swim?
A little bit. It's a crankbait, so look at it whenever I'm pulling it in. You'll see it when it comes close to the boat. You'll see what it's doing. See how it kind of swims around like that?
Yeah, it can swim.
Yeah.
Look, he's swimming. He's swimming. Yes! He's trying to run the nose. My dad is the father.
Probably shouldn't sit or stand right. Ooh, did you see that?
Yeah. Yay!
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Maybe it's swimming.
There he goes. There he goes. Oh, this one's better. Oh, he's a fighter. Oh, I side hooked him, that's why. Oh, this one's definitely big enough to keep.
What is it?
It's a white bass.
Whoa, that's big.
Yep, he's a fighter.
I don't want to touch that.
You don't want to touch it? You said the next fish you were going to touch.
I just want to touch the lures, not the
All right, you got to stop it, buddy. You want to touch him? Or her, however you want to call it?
No.
Are you sure? You said I'm gonna touch the next fish. Here, I'll hold it. You just have to boop like that.
I don't want to.
Okay,
Mom,
fine.
Dad, I got your foot.
I'm not, Mom.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a white bass.
Yeah.
He's definitely reasonable enough size to keep, so we can fry him up later
Dad, I got your foot.
and maybe have some fish for lunch. So we're gonna put him on a stringer.
And we're gonna keep him.
Yes, we are. All right, so that's fish number 4 for the day. And that one's a keeper. And Marjorie has named him. What's his name, Marjorie?
Swimmy Demi.
Swimmy Demi. Okay.
I love the Swimmy Demi. Oh.
Are we gonna eat Swimmy Demi?
Yes.
All right. We apparently are gonna name our food. So my kids all the time are naming our food because I raise ducks and rabbits for meat, and we have chickens that we don't eat them. We just use them for the eggs. And I made a rule a long time ago: don't name them.
Another fish, then we can touch it.
Yeah, well, you said that about the last fish. And you still didn't touch it. Okay, I'll catch. Okay.
Fish, okay?
So maybe we'll catch a little one, and then you can touch it. We'll see, but hopefully we catch a big one so we have more to eat.
Like this one.
So.
Oh, and I saw a little fish jump out over there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
This is what it's like fishing with 2 little girls, as it is just a constant conversation and chit chat.
I saw a fish jump right out of the water. So can we catch it?
Well, that's the plan.
Yes. See, I told you. I'm having fun.
All right, let's put them in the water till we're ready to clean them. He can hang out here next to the boat.
He's so cute.
You put him upside down, silly.
Let's show him that. I want to show my daddy something.
Well, that was a fun little fishing excursion. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
All right, it's breakfast time.
I got my boots on.
Tyler's finally awake and he's making us breakfast. So this morning, we had like a 0% chance of rain, and then we started seeing some real ominous looking clouds. Those aren't so bad, though. The bad ones really passed us. I mean, it's a little darker gray up there. And we checked the forecast, and sure enough, it had changed. We got a 50% chance of rain here any minute now, and it's supposed to be thunderstorms. So in the midst of cooking breakfast, we had to put the top on this convertible. And so now we have ourselves a nice little hobo camp with our tarps and such. And we didn't have the tarps up last night because we wanted to sleep under the stars, but we'd rather stay dry today, so now it's breakfast time. Oh, get it up in the boat. Flip it up, flip it up. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a good one. That's a white bass too. All right, in the boat. Did you really? Are you kidding me with this? You're using my good lure too. Oh, get in my face. Oh, hang on, I can only handle so many fish at once. Oh, you're a fighter. There we go.